The name of the crater, Yale, translated to as a rippling of the water. It comes from a pond of water among the rim, but those dignitaries gathered them, worshipping their gods. During the ceremonies that they held, the wind blew across that rim. The pond of water rippled. That road at the base of the crater towards the left of us, that's the same road that begins in Princeville, where we started from, along the northern side of the island. It was used in that movie, Jurassic Park. That's where they created the arch over that road for that movie. The road was the entrance into Jurassic Park. The crater was the background scene. There are hiking trails from that road leading into the forest below. You can hike inside of that crater where that road ends. Bring a picnic. Follow that road to get to the base of the crater. The base of all of those mountains from the far left of us, the back of us, along the western side of the island, on the opposite side of this mountain. It was cultivated in sugar. It was the early Polynesian people that came to the island. Sugar was introduced. In 1835, it was along the southern side of the island towards the back of us. The first sugar plantation was established in the Hawaiian archipelago. It's not the first industry that started. In written history, sugar is actually the third industry that began, followed by pineapple. There are 9 different plantations on this island. There are 38 across the state. Because of the losses each sugar plantation are having across the state, today only one remains on Maui, the only remaining sugar plantation. Just simply because of the losses each plantation were having. It was decades ago. It's just unprofitable to grow sugar or pineapple across the state. The only remaining pineapple plantation in the state ended pineapple commercially last year on Maui. Because of a union strike, losses for decades for pineapple 38 years ago, that industry in this island ended commercially. There are no natural lakes around the Hawaiian island, those that you see along the base of those mountains. They are man-made reservoirs. They were created by those sugar plantations. The water was once used for irrigating the sugar that was cultivated throughout the island. There are small and wide-mouthed bass introduced into the island, released in those reservoirs. If you're interested in some freshwater fishing. That coastal area towards the far left of us, this is the southern side of the island called Poipu. It's where the first sugar plantation was established in 1835. It's where the last lava flow last erupted on the Hawaiian island 2 million years ago. You can follow that Highway 520 to get there along that southern side of the island. Right away to those beaches. Find the beach to swim, snorkel, or just to relax and do nothing. There are numerous archaeological historical sites you can stop and visit. 3 different golf courses, restaurants, shopping villages where you can spend part of your day. That side of the island is where the Sheraton, the Hyatt, Regency, the Embassy Vacation Resort, just naming a few. Some of those hotels. The dark green fields ahead of us along this side of the island, that is not pineapple. It's not sugar. Coffee. One of the sugar plantations, they diversified into coffee 28 years ago. It is the largest coffee plantation in the United States. It's the second time commercially it's been tried within the Hawaiian island. It was first cultivated along the northern side of the island. It started in 1863 during that summer when it was first exported into North America. It was the peak of the gold rush. The railroads that led across North America. Coffee, citrus, rice, and cotton was exported commercially from this island. By the end of the summer of 1934, that industry ended commercially on this Hawaiian island. The name of the valley that is called Hanapepe, that waterfall towards the left of us. The Hawaiian name Manawai-Hopuna. 288 feet. In that movie, Jurassic Park, that's with a helicopter landed at the base of that waterfall. They followed that road in those jeeps headed for Jurassic Park. It's that sugar plantation. The road at the base of that valley, privately owned. They have the right of way to that water. The water is diverted and channeled along the entire coast for irrigating the coffee orchards. The damages to those trees below. You've been noticing the damages when we first started along the northern side of the island. On September 11th, back in 1992, it was a hurricane crossing over the Hawaiian island, causing those damages. It came from the west ahead of us, late in the morning. The Pacific Missile Range facility, it's the Navy, located there along the western side of the island. The winds that were reported in the beginning of that storm along that coastal area, 168. There were wind gusts, 237. There were no reports after that. The facility was destroyed in the beginning of that storm. It wasn't the winds, it was the tsunami that was generated from that hurricane hitting the western side of the island. The Category 5 made recorded history. Today, still officially, it is the fastest wind speed ever recorded in the 132 different islands. That is the third hurricane crossing over the island. In November 1982 was a Category 3 hitting the island from the south from the back of us. In October 1953, from the east from the right of us, a Category one. Those three different hurricanes crossing the center of this island never touched the other Hawaiian Islands. The 1st of June officially, the hurricane season across the Pacific begins. It ends every year at the end of November. On the average, every season, 17 originates from the East Pacific and heads towards the west. There were 24 last year. Most of them that started in the East Pacific were downgraded into a tropical storm before even reaching the Hawaiian waters. The Hawaiian waters is 1,000 miles away from each island. A few passed far away from the Hawaiian Islands. The canyon Olokele, one of two different canyons. Waimea is the other one. That's where I'm headed, to see that Waimea Canyon towards the far right of us. You can drive to get to that Waimea Canyon. There is no public access road within this canyon. It has no hiking trails along the entire coastline, the top of the rim of the canyon above. Really, this is the only way to see the canyon. There are pigs, goats, black-tailed deer. That's the only wild animals introduced at this island. The rest of the islands, they have pigs and goats. 7 other different kinds of animals were introduced on the rest of the islands. Trading ships that started from north and headed down towards South America, then sailing through the South Pacific on the way to the Far East to trade. They came to the islands, stopping for necessary provisions for their crew, repairs to their ships. In written history, trading ships that came to this island, pigs, goats, and cattle, were traded with the Hawaiian king and queen for those provisions. It was in 1968. This is the only island the black-tailed deer was introduced. There were 50 brought into the island. The black-tailed deer, they were separated in different stages. They were released only along the top of the Waimea Canyon out towards the left of us. There are several hundred blacktail that only roams along the top of the canyon. The canyon around us, it's a natural fence keeping the blacktail along the top of the canyon. Early in the morning, late in the afternoon, those animals roam looking for food. Keep a lookout sometimes along the sides of the mountains, the slopes along the valleys, for those animals looking for food.